And as you heard, the Baltimore Ravens went down to the Buffalo Bills. Two marquee quarterbacks, a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations going into the playoffs. Josh Allen, the one that stood strong, got his Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's going to the Super Bowl out of that matchup? As far as Lamar Jackson, nothing to bow your head about. Good game by him. Unfortunately, you got to have a loser. I mean, two teams can't win at the same time. Somebody has to lose. And unfortunately, it was him. Now, it just stalls him out. You know, each year that pressure's going to build until you win the big one. This doesn't even mean Josh Allen's going to win the big one. A lot of work to be done for the Buffalo Bills. But he did eliminate Lamar Jackson, and he can get a few more cookies on his plate for that. But the ultimate goal is to take down the Kansas City Chiefs. Stop them from three-peating. Who can do it? Who can do it? And what about the Washington Commanders pulling an ultimate upset on the Detroit Lions? Number 1 seeded Detroit Lions. This rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, oh man, this guy here is having a Cinderella story. How far can he take them? Can he put them in the Super Bowl? Maybe we dreaming just a little bit, because they are going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. And if that young man is that good, that sharp, that clutch to take down the Philadelphia Eagles, that man deserves to hold up a trophy. But this young man has came out of the gate this year, leading his team, making clutch plays, winning a lot of games down the stretch. Matter of minutes, matter of seconds. So congratulations to the Washington Commanders pulling off that win. Shouts out to Josh Allen even. You know, he's a guy who needs to get over that hump, and he just lives to see another game to try to prove that. Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles, we already know the story with them. They're behind schedule. So it's a lot of pressure running around, a lot of stakes. You know, Kansas City Chiefs, they want a three-peat. A lot of headlining stories. And that's why you like the playoff game so much. Gonna get everybody's maximum effort. But Houston Texans, reason why I got the team stats up there, because it's telling. And to be honest with you, the Houston Texans beat the Chiefs on a lot of categories. Now, the things in this game that I said that they couldn't afford to happen to win, a lot of them did happen. Let's take a look at the team stats real quick. As you see the first downs, the Texans beat the Chiefs on first downs, 18 to their 14. Right? You just look at the team stats up and down and you see Houston is winning a lot of these categories. Now, first downs are key. That's a key stat to win. Another thing that is key is a third down efficiency. See that right here? 10 for 17 for the Texans, 4 for 11 for the Chiefs. Right? Look at the total plays. 65 to 50. Total yards. 336 to 212. Texans. Right? Texans. Look at the passing. 187 to 162. Huh? It's that simple. No interceptions thrown on either side. You go down here, you look at the rushing. 149 to 50 yards rush. When you look at all of this, right? And you say, how did the Texans lose this game? winning almost every category. Whereas key things you look at, I believe C.J. Stroud was sacked 8 times in this game. Now, the one thing we said that had to happen if the Texans were going to pull this game out is they had to protect C.J. Stroud. Well, if I recall, they got 8 sacks on C.J. Stroud. So he wasn't protected that well. And you can't put all those sacks on the offensive line. Sometimes C.J., improvises a little bit. Sometimes he holds on to the ball longer than he should. And he'll get sacked. Sometimes the defensive coverage is so tight, gets him to hold it just a couple of more seconds longer. So the defensive lineman and the linebackers get to him and put him down. So that was key. Another thing that a lot of people are going to be talking about is this category right here, the penalties, right? Texans got penalized 8 times for 82 yards. And then you come over here and you look at the Kansas City Chiefs. 4 penalties for 29 yards. Now, that's a big discrepancy. And everybody's in an uproar about this game on officiating. Me, I really don't want to lean too far on that because Houston had their opportunities. With all that going on, Houston had their opportunities. And they're going to look back on it. They looked at the film. They looked at a lot of things. And they know they missed some opportunities to change the game around. Missing a block here, missing a read, whatever the case may be. Ball bouncing in a different direction. Those things can hurt. And as you see in the playoffs so far, a lot of kickers are missing extra point field goals like it's going out of style. Those points add up. Those are big misses in the playoffs. And a lot of kickers are shanking them. Kami Fairbairn, he missed his good portion of them. Even the Eagles kicker, who's looked at as legendary, is missing extra points. Those points add up, man. Points are hard to come by in the playoffs to begin with. And when you get a touchdown, you want to capitalize on the extra point to seal the deal to get that full touchdown. Because as you see time and time again, it comes back to bite you in the butt. Right down in crunch time, that's when it's going to show its ugly head. So this game here is no shock to me. As y'all know, I already predicted that the Texans would not win this game. Maybe a lot of others. You have some people, some Houston fans that could be a little naive and they actually thought the Texans were going to win this game. I just figured too much was against them. They wasn't fully loaded as a roster like they were at the beginning of the season. And these are the champs. They know how to win in every situation, any condition. So, the elephant in the room is, did the Texans get cheated? Were the refs against the Texans? Did the refs help out the Chiefs? If it wasn't for the refs, would the Texans have won this game? You see the photo up there. So-called late hit on Patrick Mahomes. Now, to me, yes, that's a terrible call to make. Put it this way. They had time. They could have picked that flag up, in my opinion. That's what makes this call so bad. Because they had plenty of time to review this, get a call down, and say, you know what, pick that flag up. He gave himself up way too late. Defensive guy has already committed. And on top of that, two defender players, they pretty much run right into each other, making it look worse than what it was. They barely even got a piece of Patrick Mahomes. But they got each other pretty clean. That was a flag that could have been picked up. I agree with that. Then you see Mahomes out there trying to draw penalties, running on a sideline, slowing up, backing up into the defender, trying to draw and flop a call. So there's a lot being said. But me personally, I'm not going to sit here and say the Houston Texans lost this game because of the refs, because of bad calls. I'm not going to do that. They had their opportunities. They just didn't capitalize on them. Plain and simple. Bad reffing or not. They had their opportunities. They didn't start fast. That was another key. You had to start fast. You had to protect C.J. Stroud. You had to limit your penalties, which you didn't. They had some false starts as well. Some shifts, motion, dead ball snap penalties. Yeah, they had a few of those. Sure did. Defense done what they've done all year. Smothered them, bogged them down for a good period of time to where the offense could have done something. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs scored 23 points. So you know it's not the defense. Not the defense. But this offense has to put up more points than 12, because really it was 12. Kansas City just gifted them 2 points. Taking a safety, trying to run some time off the clock. So that offensive production is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Not in no divisional round, for sure. So no surprise. Just take a look at this team stat sheet. They let you know all you need to know. Because when you look at it, you're like, man, how did Houston lose this game? Sometimes it takes one or two key categories to lose in. That'll still cost you the game. C.J. Stroud being sacked 8 times. You being penalized 8 times. Not starting fast. To me, with Joe Mixon, yeah, good running game. To me, should have got more carries, but, Nico Collins did what he could do. Overall, you can look at this, like I said, Houston Texans was playing with house money. We have to applaud them. On a good season, fighting and scratching, not giving up, having key guys out. Because in my opinion, this would have been a different story if they were fully loaded. I believe that. So with a team that was playing on house money coming into this divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs, when all odds were against you anyway, no, man, you don't end this season bowing your head. Hell of a season. You didn't complete your goals, but it still was a hell of a season. And everybody knows to complete your goals, your ultimate goals, you got to have the right guys available. Unfortunately, they had some drop off. You just met a team that was better than you. Plain and simple. So the Kansas City Chiefs knocked down the Houston Texans 23-14. There you have it. But Houston beat them in a lot of categories. This game could have been swung a different way. Sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. So congratulations to the Houston Texans. Go into this off season, get healthy, get a lot more smarter for its play calling, get grittier, and see who you're going to pick up and who you're going to drop. Come in next year steadfast out of the gate and hope nutrition holds up, because you have the talent there. You have the talent. More growth from C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Tank Dell, whenever he gets back out there, hold the fort down till week 5, week 6, whatever it could be until he gets back on the field. But yeah, no need to bow y'all heads. No doubt about it. Y'all fought, never gave up. You have an identity now. You have a culture now. Now it's just time to keep growing and getting better each year now. Come next year, you should be playing in the AFC Championship game. Or better yet, the Super Bowl. It's all about just taking care of business. So, let's talk about these Philadelphia Eagles. Look at them Iron Men out there. Big playmakers. Big playmakers. That last drive, ain't gonna lie to you. Because, you see some of these games, and when they real close, or a team scored, it turned to a one-score game. Next thing you know, you're trying to run out the clock a little bit, just pick up a few first downs. You ending up have to punt it back to the team. And now it's on. 3 minutes or so left. They go score a touchdown. They beat you. They're moving on. You going home. I hate those situations. I hate them.